Man, if you see these updates rolling out really quickly, it goes to show that the devs are pushing the game to full release really soon, and I can see some of these updates being very meaningful and rather tailored towards a more complete and holistic game, which is what patch 2.1.2 is going to entail a little bit more with regards to the release and what we can expect as regular content. So patch 2.1.2 details, we will be taking DISLYTE offline for a short period of time on the March 29th, blah blah blah, you can read this on your own. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and checked out whatever that needs to be mentioned, and we'll start off with new features. Number 1, added an Esper fusion function that unlocks for level 25 plus players. So when a player reaches level 25, you can enter the war room on the left of the home screen to access this function. So in the Esper fusion screen, players can designate an Esper to fuse into. So the two options that you can have over here, number 1 you have Gabrielle, and number 2 you have Fabrice. So these are the two Espers that you can fuse, which is a really good thing. So now Gabrielle, who is one of the best net 5s in the game, the best legendaries in the game, she will be obtainable by basically everyone. She's gonna be a very good free Esper to have. So it kind of sucks if you guys already have like a few pieces of Gabrielle like I do. I've already actually resonated my Gabrielle one time. So that hurts a little bit because some of us also did get her from the beginner pool. But anyway, this is going to be exciting stuff. So Fabrice and Gabrielle are going to be fusible, which will be incredible news for free-to-play players because Fabrice is also really good for the Temporal Tower and probably some PvP teams as well, especially in the real-time arena. Okay, moving on to number 2. Added record assist feature. So you have to join a club to unlock this feature. Club members can post a wish card daily, choosing from one of the following elemental classes: Infernal, Flow, and Wind. I'm not exactly sure what this means, and this patch note doesn't really cover whatever that it's supposed to mean. And next, acquire 3 wish stickers of the same elemental class to redeem the corresponding wish card reward. This is what the wish card reward does. A reward contains 4 to 5 random record fragments that match the wish card's elemental class, with a chance to obtain Shimmer record fragments. So if you're wondering what these are, if you take a look at the gacha portal right now, there is this one function, this one button that allows you to summon an Esper for 20 fragments. So I assume that they are extrapolating from that, so you can use 20 Infernal, Flow, or Wind to fuse into a record of the same elemental class. Use 50 Shimmer record fragments to fuse into a Shimmer record. So Shimmers are going to be a little bit more expensive and more difficult to obtain. So we'll delve a little bit more into this when it's finally released, so I'm not exactly sure how we can make the most out of this new content. But moving on to number 4, added a battle report system that allows players to check Esper statistics and ratings in Story, Ritual, Sonic Infinite, and Cube Miracles, Ripple Dimension, Point War, and other battle results screens. So this is going to be very helpful for me and probably a lot of you guys as well. If you want to mini-max your team, if you want to know who's actually performing the most in your team, this is going to be very helpful to see what's your DPS chart and what's your healing like, all that good stuff. And number 5, we do have a coming event called the Boom Boom Gacha, unlocks for level 20 plus players. The event runs for about, I think, 2 weeks. It seems like it's about 2 weeks. So event details: complete event missions daily to obtain gacha points. Accumulate a certain amount of points to claim rewards. So it's basically like a stand-alone lottery machine or a gacha portal or something like that. So after acquiring 100 gacha points, you can draw from this specific gacha machine, which includes legendary abilimons, gold records, nexus crystals, and etc. So this is probably going to be a lot of good stuff, like probably 2 times EXP and that kind of stuff. 100 gacha points will be deducted each time you draw from the gacha machine. Oh, and do take note, okay, so access points from the previous phase will be kept. I assume that this is only revolving around this one specific event, not cross events. So for example, if this event is done and you have access points, I don't think you can use the access points for the next event. In fact, what I think this means is access points from the previous gacha machine will be kept. You take a look at the next point. Once all prizes have been drawn from the gacha machine, you can reset it for the next round of drawing, which I assume is the next phase of drawing. So that's it for the new features. Let's move on to adjustments and optimizations. This is what I'm more focused in basically for each of these patches, because this is where you either make or break the game. So let's take a look at number 1, adjustment to the Cube Miracle. This is something that I've actually hoped for. I've actually posted a game suggestion on the official Discord quite a few weeks ago. And basically all the differences that you've seen in Cube Miracle from when it was previously to now, right? The previous 2 patches actually updated the Cube Miracle quite a bit. Many of the changes were whatever that I have suggested, and some of them can be reflected over here as well. So as you can take a look over here, Cube Miracle now has several difficulties. Clear difficulty to unlock next difficulty. Yes, I always felt that Cube Miracle was kind of stale. It was not very competitive, it was not very engaging because it was simply too easy. And now Cube Miracle has a more strategic factor, so these factors include collapsing unselected tiles, rune upgrade, death inheritance, etc. So death inheritance, basically, if you have played AFK Arena before, you know what death inheritance is. if your Esper dies during the Cube Miracle, it cannot be used for the rest of the Cube Miracle run unless probably you have a revive item somewhere within the Cube Miracle run itself. And I think this is very well needed. You will now get rewards after winning a battle instead of opening chests in the Cube Miracle. So chest rewards are still available when clearing a level. So I think they're going to get rid of chests entirely, possibly. And this forces you to fight the enemies instead. So this is what I really needed. Okay, so currently how I'm clearing the Cube Miracle is I'm not even going to be bothered about the runes because obtaining runes most of the time requires you to beat certain enemies. But the thing is, I don't even need the runes to beat all 3 stages of the Cube Miracle. So I'm trying my best to avoid fights. But in this case, they're actually trying to encourage you to fight more because then that's how you get the supposed chest rewards. And there's some changes to the Mythic Relic Pack in the Cube Shop as it now contains gear crafting materials. Okay, moving on, adjustment to Esper promotion and resonance. This is quite important. I've always found it a little bit odd that if you draw an extra net 5, then you're going to just use it to resonate your original net 5, but then that's one entire 5-star Esper that's just vanished because of resonance, and you can't even use it to promote sometimes. So like let's say my Gabriel is already 6 stars and I get a duplicate Gabriel at 5 stars. I can resonate my 6 stars Gabriel, but I lose an entire 5-star Esper that could otherwise be used into promoting another unit into 6 stars. So this update actually corrects this somewhat of an error, or rather an oversight. So now you can no longer use the same name Espers for Esper Resonance in the Esper Upgrade Promotion screen. You need to enter the Resonance screen and tap the bubble in the middle to select the same name Espers for Resonance. So the moment you use the Resonance effect right away, you will then convert your spare unit, your spare Esper, into its corresponding fodder Esper, right, the Starrymon. So over here, if you use a legendary Esper for Resonance, a level 1 legendary Starrymon will be returned. So if you use a 6-star Esper, okay, so some people might be asking, right? So what happens if I upgraded the Esper and then I use the Esper? Would I get a higher rarity Starrymon or something like that? I think no, it only comes into play when consuming a 6-star Esper as Resonance material. So a level 1 legendary Starrymon will be returned. So I think if you consume a 5-star rare Esper, you're not going to get back a 5-star Starrymon, you're going to get back a 3-star Starrymon. I think this is what I think the update is going to be. And next, there is like a slight nerf / buff to some of your Espers. I will talk a little bit more about why I think rare Espers are being nerfed in this patch. So the base resonance energy of an Esper has been tweaked based on their base star rating. So if you're using a 2-star uncommon Esper, every single resonance only gives you 3 energy instead of 4 energy. And of course, each of these energy corresponds to 1% in a specific stat that you allocate their energy to. And there are no changes to rare Espers, whereas for epic Espers, from 4 energy, you now get 5 energy per resonance. And for legendary Espers, you now get 6 energy instead of 4 energy. And the way I see this is a certain nerf to rare Espers. Okay, so there's no change to your rare Espers, but comparatively, most players use rare, epic, and legendary Espers, right? So if you're going to compare, put all of them in the same bucket, legendary Espers and epic Espers are going to have a much bigger difference in terms of the resonance. So like, wow, legendary Espers, if you do get a dupe, that's an additional 6% stat that you can dump into anywhere. So now effectively, legendary Espers can have up to 36% extra stat in whichever that you pick, right? So for example, you're Liling with fully resonance, right? Let's say your Ultra Will. Your Liling now has 36% extra attack as compared to, let's say, Tang Yun. So a lot of people use Tang Yun in part of their PvE teams, right? Tang Yun is now still only going to have 24% additional attack as compared to a Liling. And of course, over here, they're also going to tell you that if you have already allocated a resonance point previously, your energy, they're going to refund you all of that and you're going to have to reallocate them again. So do take note when you log into the game, don't just go into your content straight away. Make sure you allocate your resonance energy or you're probably going to have a hard time. Okay, moving on, we have course updates. I want to point this out because I think this is quite important for you guys to take note of. We have made some improvements to the star promotion courses. As a result, that this update will reset your course progress. You can now complete the courses again and therefore earn more course rewards. So for the players who have already completed these, I assume now you can redo all of it again and therefore collect even more rewards. So that's something that you can look forward to. And next, you can now preview stats when purchasing relics from the gold shop. So previously, it was kind of like a gamble. You see a 6-star relic in the shop, you buy it for like 300,000 and you get, oh no, a flat stat on your slot 2 or your slot 4, right? But this will no longer be the case. They're going to show you exactly what relic you're going to get. And the more stats that it has, right, the better the stats, the more expensive it's going to be. I prefer this. So at least now, I probably have a reason to use my gold in the gold shop in terms of the relics. And number 5, lower the difficulty levels of hard or purgatory mode practice stages in the story mode. So I think Purgatory was slightly a little bit too difficult for Mona users because Mona has incredibly low HP and she easily gets nuked by some of the ads in some of the later stages in Purgatory's difficulty. So I think with this change, it might be a little bit easier to use Mona in terms of like end game fodder farming, because right now most players are using Dona because Dona is very tanky and he does pretty much more damage as well. So hopefully my Mona has some use right now. Bug fixes, we're going to ignore that, it's not that important this time around. A preview of new content, right? So we will be introducing 4 new Espers in the next update, a brand new Esper probability up event, and a new gameplay mode. And some other events, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is huge. It is important to take note that there's going to be new Espers and there's going to be a new Esper probability up event. So all these freebies that you're going to get, right, like for example the course updates here, and I think some of the events up here, yeah, like the Boom Boom Gacha event over here, you're going to collect quite a number of gold records and probably some Nexus crystals as well, which you can use for summoning Espers, and I would highly suggest that you keep these important resources right now and conserve them for the Esper probability up event that is just around the corner, so probably in about another 2 weeks or so. But I think we can end the video off over here. This is basically all the important information that you need to know for the patch 2.1.2 details. I'm quite excited about the things that's to come, and with more permanent features coming into the game, we can expect the game to be released probably a lot sooner than we expect. So it's coming to April right now, which I assume would be just round the corner for a global release. Anyway, I'm thankful that they didn't nerf the story EXP for the 4th time in a row. And I guess I can end the video here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, it really helps the channel. Subscribe for more DISLYTE content. This has been free to play by the way, and as always, I will see you in the next video.